What up, YouTube? So today's gonna be part one of the Acura RSX base model, and today we're gonna be dropping the k20z3 motor in here, and hopefully installing some Honda data. First thing we're gonna do is start getting all the accessories out of here. So the battery, the intake, disconnect the wiring harness, and then start getting some of the grounds, and then we'll come back and see what we gotta do next. All right, so we got the air box out now.
Yeah,
we got the throttle cable, shifter cables, 312s. I took off the slave cylinder and get to the axles right now. Next we're going to take off this T-bracket and then get into the radiator, condenser, take off the AC, and then we're going to take off our evap, brake booster, fuel line, and then we'll come back and see what we're going to do after that. All right, so we got the radiator out, all the hoses, axles, pretty much AC lines and everything. I got the power steering disconnected. Right now we're pretty much gonna just jack it all up and start getting the motor out of here, and we'll separate the harness and the transmission so we can get it prepped to get on the Z3 motor. We still gotta go pull the Z3 motor real quick, so after we pull this one out, we're gonna go get that one knocked out, bring the Z3 over here, get the new clutch on here, and then install the transmission back on and drop the motor back in. So we're going to knock that out real quick and come back. All right, so the motor is out. As you can see, harness is disconnected. We're gonna get ready to take off this thermostat real quick because that's gonna go on a new engine. The AC pump as well. Got the 5-speed tranny ready to go. Right now we're gonna go pretty much get ready to start taking out the Z3 motor, bring that over here, start prepping it up, and then we'll go ahead and drop it right back in and start getting the car running. Hopefully we can get that going today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start finishing up everything on here, and then we'll go drop the new motor. All right, so we're back now, and we got the Z3 with the 5-speed transmission. We got the engine harness installed, and then I had to swap out the thermostat housing. So thermostat housing does have to be swapped out, so you can use the stock radiator hose on the RSXs and everything. The start is a little bit different too, so we put the factory one on here. The other ones are square plugs, and this one's just like a little clip, so this one's a newer one anyways. Got the AC pump on here right now, so we're pretty much getting ready to drop it in. Also, these have different oil pressure sensors, so you will have to use a stock one from the RSX. The Z3 one is different, and I swapped out the bracket from the RSX as well. I might have to swap out the fuel rail as well, because I think the point right here is different, but we'll get to that in a minute. I broke down the harness because the clips were in the way, since the Z3 has the water port over here. So I'll just need to tape this all up, but right now we're basically gonna drop the motor in. I had to replace the speed sensor because that was pretty much broken when I tried to take the clip off of this actual harness. It just pulled up, so that broke. So that's fixed. Basically ready to drop it in right now, so that's what we're gonna do. Put it on the hoist, and then I put the little k20 adapter. You will need this as well for the throttle body. The stock RSX one will not work on here, so you have to swap that out as well. Right now we're gonna go ahead and drop it in real quick, and then we'll come back and see what we gotta do next. All right, so the k20z3 swap is complete. Some things I realized, the stock airbox isn't really gonna work, so if you plan on using that, it's probably best to just get like an aftermarket legal intake or something, because it won't work. As far as the belt size, it's exactly the same as the k20E2 or Z or A3 or whatever, so you don't have to change anything of that. Pretty much just the oil pressure sensor, this bracket over here. You do have to do a k20 adapter. If you are going to use the RSX throttle body and come stop, you're going to have to shave all this down. So I just actually put an RSX Type S one on here to make it more simplified. You will need to use the throttle cable bracket from the RSX Type S as well. The 5-speed bolted right up to here, so there's no modifications you have to do as far as that. You do have to run K-Pro because it's better to save the engine. The base model VTECs crack VTEC a little earlier, so you don't really want to, these aren't the kind of engines that you want to do that to, since this is the true VTEC, and they usually hit around, safely around 4,500, so up to 6,000 stock. So other than that, yeah, let's start it up real quick so you guys can hear how it runs. This does have push to start on here, so. So it has a check engine light because it does have the base ECU in here. So there's like the butterfly valve and I think an IAB sensor or something, but sounds pretty good. So idle's perfect and everything, no issues. Unfortunately, I'm not even going to take it for a test drive just because there's no true VTEC on here, so unfortunately we couldn't find a Honda in time. And this customer is actually coming from San Jose, which is about 5-6 hours away, maybe even more. So yeah, he's got to get back home, but just wanted to make sure there's no leaks or anything, problems with the motor or anything. Other than that, yeah, it drives perfectly fine. Yeah, maybe next time, maybe this car come for a part 2, where we can maybe swap out the transmission to a 6-speed LSD, and then maybe he'll upgrade to K-Pro then maybe, or just upgrade K-Pro later and come back down and do the transmission. But either way, that's pretty much it, guys. This is what it'll be for this video. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.